In this tutorial I will show you how you can create this scary looking photo manipulation that includes a witch, fire, glowing thingy, some more glowing thing in the background, and well, man, that was difficult. Roll the damn intro. Hey, what's up guys, Dhruvad here with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create this scary Halloween special manipulation. And by the time you're watching this video I think Halloween would be over, but hey, better late than never, right? So for this video I'm going to use a photo of this witch that I found from devintart.com. The download link is in description, and also this fire photo, this is also from devintart, and download link, you get the idea. Okay, it's possible to download this thing. Now first of all we need to unlock this thing, so let's double click and unlock it. And the other thing is that this is ridiculously high resolution image. I mean, that's a good thing, but sometimes if you don't have a good system, this might screw your system up. So for that, go to image size, and 6000 is way too much, so let's go around like 3000. That would be enough. I mean, if you have a bossy system then you don't need to, but if you have something like me, then just do it. And then first of all, let's make a duplicate of it, so I am gonna press Ctrl J to make a copy of it. Then you have to go to image, adjustment, and then let's go to shadows and highlights, and here you have to do nothing, just hit OK. So if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. Now once that is over, we need to clone out this what do you call I'm out of the words, you get the idea. We need to take out these things, okay? So they are, I think, her stick or something, but it wasn't photographed properly, or they didn't want it to. So where's the damn clone tool? Here. I know. Okay, so first of all, how do you clone it? It's simple. You hold your alt key and take a sample from here, click here, and then you start painting here like this. And since it's totally out of focus background, it should be really easy job to do this thing. So I'm gonna do this, and most of this stuff will be covered into really dark area, so you don't have to be super accurate about it, but a little bit of accuracy will not hurt. Okay, so this is the boring part without any beautiful colors or something like that, but hey, every step is important. So this looks fine, and I think we did it way too much. Yep. So let's make the brush smaller. This is also important thing about cloning, like people just take a big brush and just start painting ridiculously, and that's not how cloning works. You need to be careful, just like I am, totally careful. And then here it is a little bit tricky job because it can seem little repetitive. And by the way, I'm not gonna give a flying F about the length of this video because I want to cover every important step, so I don't care how longer the video gets. Just watch it, okay? Okay, that seems fine, and also a bit darker from here, and then comes the leaves. So let's cover this thing here like this, and little touch from here will not go good, and nailed it. So you get the idea, like if you spend some time and try to do it properly, it will look better, I promise. Now once that cloning part is done, it's time for, let's say, the simple haze in the background, and that is simple haze. So it should be simple to create, and it is. So right click and make sure hardness is 0%, and then create a new layer, and let's name it fog or haze, whatever you like. So fog is fine, and then make a stroke with white color like this. Okay, not that much, just make it a bit smaller like this, and then like this. Then change the blending mode to soft light. So if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. And then go to filter, blur, and go to Gaussian blur, and give it bunch of blur until it starts fading beautiful in the background, and hit OK. Now we need to remove that thing from her so that it looks it's behind her. So how do you do that? You get an eraser, and then you start removing it from her clothes and bodies and whatever, this beautiful crow, and that seems fine. So if I turn it on and off, you can see it looks like it's behind her, and that is awesome. Now since she is a witch, so her skin color should be green. I mean, it's not necessary, but she was looking cool in green color. So let's go to hue saturation and select the colorize. And in the colorize we need some greenish tone, so I don't know, maybe around, what was it, 96 or something like that. And then add bunch of saturation like that and decrease the lightness a bit more. I mean, it looks stupid right now, but select your mask and then press Ctrl I. So everything is still there, but it's hidden. So now when you take your brush tool and then when you paint with white color, you will reveal that green color only in the areas where you paint. So that is really neat. And then the key about this effect is that I'm not gonna paint everything because we don't have time for that. I'm just gonna go roughly over everything, but the important step is that first paint this type of things and then paint with black color where you do not need it, because black color will remove it and then white color will bring it back. So let's say you do something like this, so paint with white color and it will be back. Cool. And then also remove this from here like this, and then that seems fine. And then this way you have to keep on painting, and I'm not gonna paint everything as I said. So what about this portion? So here you decrease the opacity of your brush like this, and then you paint it here like this, and then you again like paint with black color and remove a little bit of this from here like that, and then you again paint it back until it blends properly. And then also like start painting here like that, and then here you can go like full opacity, sorry, and then make it 100%, and then start painting here and a bit here like that. And this way you can blend the hair properly. It might look stupid because I'm going fast, but believe me, do it properly and this is the best way you can do. And the important thing is, like, while you're painting her face, don't forget to paint her like legs and this thingy, like fingers and whatever, and then remove it from her ring and it will look like it's on her skin, like it's the skin color. So that's it. And so I'm gonna cut to the final version where I have painted everything. So as you can see, I have painted everything, and as you can see, it looks really good. And if in this black portion, don't worry about anything, just directly paint it and it will not affect the black color and you will be good to go. And same thing here, just make your brush smaller and paint and all, you get the idea. And you can just go back now, adjust and make her whatever color you want. So green seems fine to me. And then now we need to add some greenish feeling in the like overall image. So I'm gonna go and create a new adjustment layer and select color balance. And the color balance, I'm gonna use my midtones here and add bit of green, like not way too much, just a little. So as you can see, the piezo luminosity is on, and then let's turn it on and off, and good, that gives it enough. Now if you look at this part of her, it looks like really dull, so we can make it shiny. So go and create a new adjustment layer of brightness contrast and add a bunch of contrast in that. Don't worry about the rest of the image, just focus on the part, and part looks fabulous. So that seems fine. And then go to your brush, select this mask and press Ctrl I. So everything is hidden, and now all you have to do is paint with white color here. So as you can see, the pot looks awesome. And then I think I have by mistake selected some option in the brush because it's working really weirdly, but I don't have time to find it why, so I'm just gonna deal with it. So that seems fine, and if I turn it on and off, you can see that awesome difference. Now here comes the part everyone hates, selection. We need to make selection of her because we need to do something. I'm gonna show you what. So here you can see we have a quick selection tool which worked really fine, surprisingly, because this tool is like hit and miss. Sometimes works like charms, sometimes just gives you a middle finger. So this time it worked really good, so that was nice. And then her leg, this thingy, and this thingy. So a little bit of selection here and there, and that is great. Now as you can see, we have selected her. Now create a new blank layer, and now actually the target is to fill in the rest of their area with black color. So we need to inverse the selection. So we have the selection of the background but not her. So go to select and inverse this thing, so everything in the background is selected except her. So now we need to fill in the black color. So grab your paint bucket tool from here, this thingy, and then fill it with black. So black color. So now press Ctrl D, or you can go to select and deselect this thingy. Now change its opacity to, let's say, something like 60%, 64, what was it, 64 it was. So let's go and make it 64. Good, looks stupid as hell, but I will show you how to deal with this thingy. So now as you can see, you have pretty rough edges and these things like this. So how do you deal with that? You go to your brush tool, and then the area where you missed, you just simply paint, but that is way too off. So you can just decrease your opacity and then right click and make the size bit smaller or bigger, I don't know, and then start painting here like this, so that it looks more natural. And you can also paint it here, and I promise this is the only way. Or you can use refine mask, that is also cool. You can watch my other videos where I have covered that topic. And then paint here like this, and this, and whatever the crow, Mr. Crow looking smart as hell. So that is fine, and then paint here and there. You get the idea. Like now the area where you missed it, just paint with regular black brush and it will do the trick, and a little bit here. Now if you look at the fog, it is still like bright as hell. It is white, which we need it to be, but it is still really like distracting. So create another blank layer, make sure it's a brush tool, and black color obviously, and make it like 20 or something like that, and then start painting here like this. So might look stupid right now, but if I zoom out a little bit and if I turn it on enough, you can see how much it blends the background better. You still have your feeling of that fog, but it's not distracting anymore. You will get the idea as we build up the final effect. And now comes one really important part, so that is the gradient. So go and select the gradient. We need to make the edges darker so we can focus on her better. So for that, this is fine. Here you will always have a foreground to transparent color where you can change color from here like this. So change the color to the black, hit OK, and then in the style I'm gonna make it radial, and in the radial I'm gonna make it reverse, and the size would be around 200. Seems fine, and everything else is normal, like. And then change the blending mode to soft light. So if I turn it on and off now, it looks much better. I mean, these portions are totally blown out, but just have some patience. I will show you how it works. Like I might have messed up, and instead of soft light we needed to use the multiply. Where is the multiply? Actually this was the one we needed. And then we also need to remove it from her face. So if you remember, black color removes from any mask. So I'm gonna paint with black color on her. What the hell, let's make it 100% like this, and then let's paint like this. Good, that seems better. And if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. I can also zoom out and scale it even bit more so that it looks better. And if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. I can decrease the opacity a little bit, whatever. Now if you look at our witch closely, you can see she seems bit dull, I would say. So for that, let's close this shit. So first of all, go to here and create levels, and levels mess around until you create some contrast. Okay, honestly it works this way. You take the middle slider this way, and then you increase the highlight slider this way, and you create bunch of contrast. If I turn it on and off, you can see it. But we need this thing only on the witch, not in the background, since as you can see background is totally done. So select this thing and then press Ctrl I. So it basically fills in the inverse the mask and everything is hidden. So now you can directly just paint in the area with white color where you need it, like this. So I'm just gonna paint on her skin like this, and that is fine, and a bit like that, and that is actually way more horrible than I expected. Like, okay, now you can turn down the opacity a little bit, and if you zoom out you can see that it actually surprisingly blends better. Not as good as the original one because that took a lot of time. I don't have to explain this in every tutorial. And now we need to make it cool. I mean, it's already cool, I know that, but we need to make it cool in like a real sense. So for that, go to photo filter. Where is it? and then let's go to cooling filter, 82, and there the density would be around 40-50%. That seems fine. And if I turn it on and off, it suddenly looks more like it's going to the night timing, so that is a good sign. And now I have realized that her skin color is not looking as good, and this can happen to you all the time. So I'm just gonna go and adjust this thing. The benefit of adjustment layers, like you can change it anytime you want, so that like adding a bit more saturation is working really nice, so that is great. And now it's time to add some fire, and for the fire, here is the fire image, and you like the download link, you get the idea. And then press Ctrl A and then press Ctrl C, so it will copy this thing, and then go back here, and then press Ctrl V. So as you can see, the fire image is in, and then you have to press Ctrl T and then hold your shift key and make this thing smaller, and from here you can rotate this thing. So let's make it smaller, and that seems fine, and hit enter, or you can click on this arrow to confirm it, and then change the blend mode to screen. And let's make it now even more smaller so that it looks like only the pot is on fire, not everything else. So let's go here and adjust this thingy a little bit more. Okay, that seems fine. And okay, hit enter. Okay, you know what, let's make it a bit more smaller. Hit enter, and then let's like move it a bit here. Then go to image adjustment and go to levels, and here you can adjust this thing to make it like however sharper you want, I mean contrasty you want, or pump it a bit. You get the idea. If I turn it on and off, you can see the difference, and hit OK. Now that looks fine, but since there is fire, there has to be some kind of a glow, otherwise what kind of fire is that? So for that, create a new blank layer and grab some dull yellow color like this, as you can see. Here's the example, good. And then paint with that on a new blank layer. Don't forget to create that thing, okay? And then start painting here like this. That seems fine to me, and a bit like that. And then change the blending mode to soft light from here. So if I turn it on and off, you can see like the beauty it creates. And then duplicate the same thing by pressing Ctrl J, but this time change the blending mode to screen, like that. And then go to filter, blur, and go to Gaussian blur, and add even bit more blur, like that. And then change the like opacity to 40% or something like that. So if I turn it on and off, you can see. And now you can paint it here like this, so you can see like the fire is everywhere, and then a bit here and like that. So the fire program is done. And now comes the magical program. And by the magical, I mean, since the fire is on, there has to come out some kind of thingy from her pot, otherwise what kind of pot is that? So create another blank layer, and in the brush I would select some kind of for this type of color. I mean, I know usually there is some green stuff cooking up, but why always stay green? And also I tried green, but since her skin is green, it wasn't working out really good. So I had to go with pink, okay? And then make a dot like this and a bit like this. And then you need to erase it from certain areas, like from the pot, like this, so it will make it look like it's coming out of it, and then like this. And then you can always press Ctrl Z, and you can use masking too. Mask would be much better option, but it's already complicated, so I don't wanna like mess it up even more. So eraser is also fine, and then if you miss something, you can just paint with the brush. That's also a good reason. So that is good. And now we need to make it look like wavy, like some magically thingy coming out. So use your smudge tool from here, and strength is 50%. That seems fine. And then make your smudge tool bit bigger like this. I'm using my big bracket keys if you are wondering. And then do it like this, and it will take some time, but as you can see, my system is not very good. So let's make it a bit smaller, and then let's do that and do that, and we have created a really bad, man, that's bad. And then something like this, and a bit here. You get the idea, like these things can take time, and this is like not looking very good. So a bit here, like that. And okay, that seems okay enough. and then bit here, and let's like make it wavy more like that. Yep, that's good. That's looking great, baby. Sorry, I'm really sorry for that horrible sentence I just said. And then that's just horrible, so we have to make it smaller and like that, and then let's stretch it up a bit. These things are bound to happen, you just get the idea, like, so that's fine. And then let's remove it something from here so that it looks like, god damn it, not that much, a little bit. See, things like this that can take forever to be done. So then change the blending mode to screen. So if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. And damn, that looks actually good. And then double click on this thingy and then go to, where is it? Outer glow. And in the outer glow, instead of this color, let's select some pinkish but super bright pink color. Hit OK. And then increase the size. So wow, suddenly it's awesome. And then if I turn it on and off the preview, you can see the difference. You can go and change the contour, but that's, nah, I think the original one would be fine. Yep, it's fine. Hit OK. So the magically thing is also ready, and you can also decrease the opacity, make it smaller, whatever you want to do. And you know what, that's still way too much big, so we can make it smaller, and then let's make it like this, and then let's put it here and hit enter. So you get the idea, like how you can create it if you spend some time with this thing. Okay, and that seems now it's taking some kind of shape, I guess, and like this. That seems fine. You get the idea. So that is fine, and now we need to create those birds or something, I don't know, but it was looking cool, so I did it honestly. So let's get a white color, and let's like click a dot here. As you can see, I have created a new blank layer. This thing is on different layer, and you can create it from here. So create a new blank layer, and this time let's make a dot, and then make another one, then make another one, another one, another one, another one. Those should be in pairs because they should look like eyes of some mysterious creatures lurking in the shadows of the dark jungle. Man, I need to control that. So that seems fine, and that is great. This is way too off, but you get the idea. Then double click on this thingy, and then again go to outer glow. In the outer glow, this time select a super red color. Damn you, Windows, stop banging. I can actually turn down my speaker. Good. So that is fine, and then let's increase the size a bit so they seem like really glowy and in the background. So as you can see, the basic idea is like concept is like getting done, and it is actually looking really good. And since that is done, we have to create some even more bluish thingy because night is blue and blue is cool. So that is great. And now, so let's go and create curves, and in the curves let's go to blue and add some blue, and that's way too much, so that seems fine like this. And then create another solid layer this time, and in the solid create some dark bluish color. And if you want the exact code, which is pointless but still, 050F3F, if you want to use it, so that is fine. Hit OK, and then change the blending mode to soft light. So if I turn it on and off, you can see the difference. And then as you can see, it has blown out each and everything. We have to decrease the opacity a little bit so we can see some shit better. So 80% is fine. And as you can see, since we made it dark and these things look good, but she and some stuff is just way too dark to see. So how do you deal with that? You add some fake lighting. So create a new blank layer, and grab your brush tool, and here make a dot with a really big brush like this. Not that big, make it a little bit smaller. Good. And then change its blending mode to soft light. So if I turn it on and off, you can see, and now I can paint it even more like that. Good. And now create another layer, and this time just plain click like this, not that much, like this, not that one. These things can take trial and error, okay? And then change its opacity until it blends better. Good. And you can also, you know, make it bigger like that and stuff. Good. So that is fine. Now as you can see, it looks much better with some lighting added, and I can go and paint a bit more here so that seems nicer. Now we need to add some brightness and contrast, so go and create a new adjustment layer, and in the brightness and contrast add some brightness like that, and then add some contrast like that, and then add bit more brightness. That seems fine, but we do not need this brightness thingy in whole image. So how do you do that? You select your mask, press Ctrl I, everything is hidden, and now you paint with white color only in the places where you need it. So I'm gonna paint it on this area like this, on this like tree, and then a little bit on her like this, so that we can see her better, and like that, some stuff on her leg like this, and like that, a bit on the fire, not on the pot, so paint with black on the pot, so that is nice, and a bit more here. And now let's go back and adjust this thing, so that is nice and crispy and cool. I know, okay, chill out. Now as you can see, the final output is really close, so go and create another adjustment layer, and this time create another solid color. And solid, instead of black color, select a color that is really close to black, like something like this, and then change its blending mode to exclusion. So where is exclusion? Here it is. And then go back and make it even darker a touch. You like, even the littlest difference can make change can make big difference, so that is nice. And then change its opacity to 30% or something like that, so it gives that like subtle look in the really dark area. If you look here, like this, so see, that's the difference I'm talking about. And then the final step, create another adjustment layer and select, where is it, vibrance, and then add a bunch of vibrance, so we have that beautiful blue contrasty feeling, and everything seems fine, so that is great. So that's it for this video, and the final output came out surprisingly well. So let's look at the after before. This is the original one, the edited one, and if you want to see the one that I edited, like that took me like many hours to be done, you can go to my Facebook page, it is posted over there. You can go there, watch it, and if you have any question regarding this video, ask me in the comments. And if you really did learn something, hit that like button, comment something, come on, don't be lazy, like it helps my video a lot, and there goes a lot of hard work into this video, like a lot, so that would be really helpful. And now if you want to learn how you can create someone's face using really crazy floral brushes, you can click the box on the left. Or if you want to learn how you can create that magical glowing thingy effect from the Frozen movie, you can click the box on the right. And you can also subscribe to my channel, so every time I upload a new video you will get an update. Plus you can go to my channel where I have uploaded more than 60 free Photoshop tutorials, so go there and watch them. What are you waiting for? Click on that subscribe button. Till then, goodbye, take care, and